This is class 10th Employability Skills, code 402. This is unit number 3, ICT skills we are talking about. Computer care and maintenance. We are talking about all the computing devices, why it is necessary to maintain them. To maintain any computing device, we have to have a schedule. For example, a car. You will maintain it, you will do the service 6 to 8 months. Similarly, this computing device also, whether it is a computer or a laptop or a palm top, tablet or any other, any device or electronic device, we need it to run perfectly for a long time. For that, we need to have a proper plan and schedule for the maintenance. We want it to run for a longer time. So what do we do? How do we plan it? First thing to know about is a maintenance is of two types: preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance. Preventive maintenance, if something can happen, stop it beforehand. That is, if the dust is an adversary to your computer, try to clean it before or make the surrounding so that dust comes lesser. And corrective means if something has happened, how to come out of that situation, how to repair it. So first we'll start with the day wise. So every day you wake up, you do your daily activities. Similarly, daily what you have to do is you have to clean up your email inbox. Email is what every one of us uses, everyone. So we get number of email. And if you have any email that has an attachment which is important, just save it. Coming to a weekly maintenance. So 7 days or 10 days, what maintenance you have to perform? You have to clean your keyboard. Or I can tell you, or let me suggest you all the parts of the computer which are possible. Monitor cleaning, keyboard cleaning, mouse cleaning, CPU, printer, if it is possible that you can clean the CPU, not always possible with everyone. The printer, because printers, they are electromechanical, they are peripheral devices, and small dust or any kind of activity can hamper the workability. In a computer or any mobile, the data is very important. So the important thing is to back up your data. How to back up your data? Why to back up your data? You can transfer it to an external drive. Because if you lose data, what is the use of that laptop? And because this is a computing device, it is going to be malfunctioning sometime. It will be. So better is to always have a backup, and then you can retrieve it anytime some disaster or some malfunctioning happens. When we talk about monthly maintenance, that is in 30 days, what you have to do is you might be having a lot of photographs, it can be, and the documents, if it is personal, it is official, transfer it. Means don't just fill your drive. Organize photos into your folders and albums. Then you have a download folder, temporary internet file folder. There are so many folders in your computer, in your operating system. So clean up this download folder, clean up your temporary file, internet file, and even your recycle bin. The recycle bin is like the waste bag in your house. What do? You don't fill it up. You need to clean it every day or every second day in your house. Similarly, if you have 10 GB and you have deleted 2 GB, still 10 GB will be seen. Until you delete it from recycle bin, it will not be shown as 8 GB. So what programs and application you are not using? You are not using at all. Maybe you have installed it for some time, for some use. Uninstall it, clean it. There are disk cleaner software. Try to run this disk cleaner software, because the disk need to be as least overloaded as possible. You have to ensure that. and run full system virus scan, because virus is very dangerous to your data, to your computer, to your internet, to your network. So there are so many antiviruses there. So we have spams, there are so many things. So it is advisable to clean your system. What you would do on an yearly basis, that is we call as annual maintenance. So you have contact list. This contact list can be your phone, this contact list can be your email. All these contact lists, now that you have not been using, or you won't use it for a long time. In operating system, what happens? You have bugs. There are problems. And in due course of time, people try to find out that this is the problem in your operating system, or some fix has been done. So how do you install that fix? This operating system, when they do, you have to update your operating system. So whenever there is an update coming, the first thing you have to do is update your operating system. And operating system updation along with the antivirus software renewal. Because people are taking it for 3 years, But the thing is, sometimes you just have for 1 year, and sometimes you are getting explanation or some notice that please renew it, you're just ignoring it. No, you have to update, you have to renew your antivirus. And as I was talking about backup data, let us see that. What do you do when you have one thing? What is backing up? See, morning, just take an example of morning. You have toothbrush. I'm sure you will not have one toothbrush. You will have at least two toothbrush. Because sometimes you don't find it, sometimes it's not working or whatever. You will be having some redundancy, some duplicacy. Means anything you have, like your footwear. I'm sure that you won't have one footwear. You will have at least two. So whenever we are talking about data, which is so important in the form of information, so people don't have multiple laptops. Normally, the normal human being will have one laptop or one computing device, one mobile. So if something happens to this computing device, what will happen to your data? You have not kept it somewhere else. So in order to get that data back, any computing device, you can have an external drive. It can be a CD, DVD. It can be some pen drive also. Pen drives are also, huge size today. Keep that data, back up your data regularly. If something bad happens, you can retrieve this data, you can get back this data, so you will not be losing your work. So data backup is important so that you can recover in case of any kind of disaster, either it be human made or man made. Because computer can crash. You and me are humans, we can make mistake, and if some commands you may run or delete inadvertently. But some natural disasters can happen, floods and whatever, some earthquake. So when we are talking about big companies, big hospitals, big banks, they need to keep their information safe, secure, and redundancy should be there, duplicacy should be there. For example, if you are running a business, say SBI Bank, and there is a Mumbai data center, and all the data is kept here. Now there is some flash rain or whatever. Then what will happen to the customer if the data center is affected? What about the people? What amount they have, what is the FD, all these transactions will be hampered. So it is always required that the SBI Bank should have data centers, should have backup in Bangalore, in Chennai, even in Tripura. So if something bad happens, it is always there should be a possibility that you are able to recover it. So backup and recovery is so important that you will not realize right now, because most of the businesses, they run on this, and they ensure backing up the data, you should also do that, right? So this is an important thing to do. Viruses. For example, some corona is there, some viral is there. What will happen to your body? You will get sick, you'll get ill, you'll have to go to the doctor. So similarly, computing device also gets sick, ill. By whom? By what? By the viruses. So all the softwares and the apps are basically programs. They are written in C, C++, Java, some PHP or C#, Python. So these are the programs. But if you understand like this, a policeman, what it will do? It will catch a burglar. So if the burglar is not there, there will be no police. So police is antivirus, the burglar is a virus, right? So we need, because there are people who are not good people, they have bad intentions, they have malicious intention, they want unauthorized access, they want to extract money, they want to do all bad. For them, we need antivirus. We need to clean our, if any virus is there, first we have to have a first line of defense. It should not come. And even if this viruses come, we need to have antivirus to clean them up. Right? Like we have policemen to catch the thief. Similarly, we have antivirus as the policeman who is going to catch these viruses. Even if the thief enters and somebody calls 911 or 100, then we need to catch that virus and quarantine it or altogether delete it. That is what antiviruses do. So just see that there are so many antiviruses. There are so many good companies. You can have any of them and try. See, there are different type of antiviruses. One is for your system, one is for your internet, one is for spam. So there are so many versions of antivirus. So I will advise you to take the total security, all the kind of security that is possible, any threat, any kind of protection that can be controlled, that can be dealt by this antivirus software. Total security you should have for at least 3 years. So what will happen? Sometimes you will feel I'm not energetic. So you'll take a Red Bull or any other energy drink. Similarly, computer also loses performance. Why loses performance? Why it becomes lethargic? Because when we are using a computer for a long time, it is filled by a lot of unnecessary files and data. That is temporary files, images, data. So many things are due course of time. They are filled in your computer, filled in your drives. So because of this, they are taking so much space. The performance of computer goes down because the computer is working on your application also and all these temporary files and images also. So the performance of computer goes down. So now it becomes very important that you clean all these extra files. That is, the files which are of not use. You can also use a disk cleanup software. So if you want a good computing service, that is, if you want your computing device to provide all good services to you, the best thing is to clean these drives, clean your system as you have got when you purchased it. Don't fill it. Don't fill your drives with enormous data. Make your habit to disk cleanup every 15 days or every month. Do this maintenance activity. Removing spam from your computer. I'll give an example. So there is a person who has come out and it's going to rain. Now he knows that it is going to rain and suddenly a person appears and he says, I have this umbrella. Do you want to buy it? The first person becomes happy. He will just take that umbrella for whatever cost. But if this person has come out with the umbrella and the person who wants to send this umbrella approaches and says again and again, please take this umbrella, please take this umbrella. And the first person is saying, I already have an umbrella, I don't want it. So now the other person who is trying to sell the umbrella is a spam. So in your email, you will see there are so many emails coming from different advertising company, production companies, and you don't need them, you don't want them. For example, you might be getting email from Uganda King and Kenya King, and they say, UK, I have this much money to do this, that, do that, and I can give you billions of dollars. That is a fraud. You don't want that email because you don't want to consume everything what is fed to you on internet. So there are so many companies advertising a product, trying to attract you through their website or sending emails. These emails, these kind of attraction, unwanted attraction, is spam. Okay, you might be, if you are somebody is calling on your phone, you can just cut down that phone or block it. Similarly, that kind of thing on email can be done using spam folder. So all the emails can be put or marked as spam. You will not be able to see, or you will not be dealing with that email again, because it will always go into spam. So this is always possible to set filters in the setting in order to stop these are all mailbox filling. So it will directly go to spam. There are email software, they know what to do, so they will put them in this spam folder. They will automatically put all such emails that you have marked as spam in this spam folder. Sometimes, you have to remember, sometimes somebody emails you and you are not getting it. Sometimes it may go to spam, so you have to check it. So the spam is different, and a trash or a recycle bin is different. Let us see the question and answer. These are the answers from your textbook only. What happens if you leave a device plugged in even after it is charged 100%? So when the device is already 100% charged, why would you want to plug it? Tell me, if you have already eaten till your neck, somebody offers you the best food, would you be able to eat? No, because you are already full. You are sumptuous. So similarly, this can be, we can have an analogy here, that when your device is already 100% and this device is meant to work on battery, so it can overheat. C is the answer. How can an antivirus protect your device? Viruses are those programs specially meant or written to harm you, to harm your computer, to harm your data. So how can this antivirus protect your device? So for that, the answer is, it prevents data from getting corrupt. What is corrupt? Everything what you do on your system is, maybe you are earning from it, and that has to be secure. That can be only done through antivirus. Third is, which option is not required to keep a device cool? So in a computing device, there are so many circuitries, and the circuits, the motherboards, the microprocessor, they produce a lot of heat, and there is a propagative effect. The heat can affect the other parts also. It is always advisable to keep your device cool. The question is asking not required. So don't cover your laptop with the blanket, because there are vents which are specially made for the hot air to go out, to be flushed out. Make sure computer CPU fan is working, because if fan is not working, your CPU is going to die. It will burn. Avoid leaving that device in the sun. Even if you are in it's hot sunny day and you're still taking your laptop there, no. So the answer is, keep the device unplugged when in use. This is the A answer, which is fourth one now. Which of the following is essential for maintaining keyboard? The keyboard is for input. So why it is essential to maintain your keyboard, to take care of your keyboard? The answer is all of these. Just, turn it upside down and gently give it a tap. So all the crumbs and material will come out. If you are having blower, then you can just blow the dust out, and you can use some cleaning agent, but don't use directly on the keyboard. Do use it on a cotton, very soft cloth, and then it should be non-abrasive. So then you can clean it gently, not very hard. So all of the above is the answer. Subjective question. Explain how to clean a computer on a daily basis. So we have discussed all this in this chapter. So let us see one more time. Clean your keyboard, soft brush use, clean your screen with soft cloth. Don't eat food or drinks near your computer. Handle your device carefully. Don't drop it. Don't bang it somewhere on a hard surface. Keep the computer cool. Always use AC if possible. Do not overcharge the battery because this is designed to work on battery. Don't wrestle with your putting your jacks in your device like USB and others. Do not run too many programs at a time. How can you increase the performance of a computer? There's so many ways you can increase the performance. Sometimes when you see your computer has come for the first time, you love that computer because it's running so fast. But after 1 year, you see it has lost its luster, the charm, because you need to uninstall unnecessary software. You have to limit the programs at startup. There's so many programs at startup, so it takes time. Add more RAM to your PC, but you cannot endlessly add it. Check for any kind of viruses, worms, spyware. Use this disk cleanup and defragmentation. Defragmentation is basically the available memory is scattered, so you have to combine them. So there are softwares which are doing it, defragmentation. Consider a startup SSD. This is also one of the possibilities. Okay, this is all about this discussion. Thank you so much and take care of yourself.